Well, let's talk now to Stephen Gruzd, who's head of African Governance and Diplomacy Programme at the South African Institute of International Affairs. Stephen, welcome. First of all, how significant is this BRICS summit?
It's an important one because it's the first one that's been held since COVID. The three previous meetings were not in person. And of course, it's happening in the midst of a very polarized world. The Russian invasion of Ukraine, and it's coming at a time when the world is looking for answers. So I think it has the potential to be quite important going forward.
Many countries appear to be eager to join BRICS, but it seems not everyone agrees exactly on expansion. Brazil's president, I was reading yesterday, doesn't seem to be as keen as other members. However, he is keen on his colleagues in Argentina joining. There does seem to be some division, doesn't there, on enlargement?
That's what we hear. Over 40 countries have said that they are interested to some degree in joining BRICS. About 23 of them have made a formal application. But yes, within the BRICS, I think Russia and China are very enthusiastic about new members and expanding the bloc. South Africa as well, but as you say, Brazil and India are quite reticent and will need to be convinced. So we're not sure. It's probably doubtful that new countries will join at this summit because they're still working on the criteria for admissions, and there have been reported differences between the BRICS members.
As you say, this long list of countries wanting to join BRICS in various forms of membership. I wonder what that says about the global south and the current world order.
I think the global south is looking to raise its voice and to have a more fair and equitable world, and BRICS also espouses those values. I think it also suggests that existing organizations like the Non-Aligned Movement or the Group of 77 are not performing their functions as well as they should. Why would all of these countries be looking to join a new organization? So I think BRICS has appeal. Of course, it's got big markets and the biggest developing countries in its fold already. So I think there is definitely an attraction for countries that are dissatisfied with the world, which seems to be controlled by Washington.
BRICS, though, remains a rather disparate group, doesn't it? You've got the economic minnows like South Africa and then China, the world's second biggest economy. Where do you see its future direction?
Yes, South Africa is definitely the small fish compared to the other countries. It may be a leading economy in Africa, but it's much, much smaller than China, Brazil, Russia, and India. I think BRICS will be grappling with this expansion agenda and all these countries wanting to join. I think it may have to set down a permanent secretariat. It doesn't have that at the moment. That may be something. And it will need to look to the future and adjust and adapt to what's happening in the world. And especially if it gets bigger, it may become more unwieldy.
Stephen, good to talk to you. Thanks for coming on the programme. Stephen Gruzd, Head of African Governance and Diplomacy Programme at the South African Institute of International Affairs.